Good morning. How are you doing, shaky bums? It's Friday. We made it, end of another week. Govinda Sandy, first past the post this morning. Good morning, Angel. How are you? Good morning to all of our regular viewers. Good morning to those of you that are new. Welcome to the show at Wise Up Rise Up Show. My name is Dani and I am your host. Feeling like camo. Can you see me? Or am I disappearing like camouflage? You cannot see me. Like I'm just digging. This is from Bird and Wolf. It was a gift from one of the guests from the Big Festoon. Those of you remember the Big Festoon. It's a big charity chatathon, like the show at Rise Up Show, but for 12 hours that we did back in the beginning of June. And we raised loads and loads of money for domestic violence charities. And one of the guests was the fabulous Emma Sale from Killing Kittens. And she brought me. She sent me, you can see it. I've got very limited room as well, you know. Hang on, look at it. It says the Queen Bee. I bloody love it. So go check it out, Bird and Wolf, over on Instagram. They are fabulous. These are like repurposed, re-envisaged camo gear, and I always feel dead cool when I'm wearing it. Like, for all that I'm not cool. But yeah, I'm going over to London today. I will be setting off directly after the show. I am going to hang out with Emma. We're going to have some dinner. We're going to have some drinks and hang out. And it's probably the first time that I've done anything purely social in the longest time. So I'm really, really excited about going to see Ems and spending some time over in that there in London. I'm going to go and see my friend Joanne Smith. I am so cool. I am the coolest. I am the illest. Yeah, so I'm going to go and see the Incredible Sam barefoot tomorrow. Go and give her a little squish. Or not. We might be socially distanced. We might squish. I don't know. I'm not at that point anymore. How are we all doing? Good morning, Diane. I shake your bums. It's Friday. Probably my best bit of the week. What I would love to know from you guys is, wait up, she's early. Good morning. Oh, she's squeaky. Good morning. Come and say hi. Look at it. Oh, it's so tired. Go and get in bed with Daddy. Oh, you filthy animal. Go on, bugger off. I want to know in the comments, what has made this week a win for you? What has made this week a win for you? It has been a hell of a week this week in all of the good ways in IATQB. What have we done? So we have forged forward with the book, as well, you know. I could see the finish line now. So yeah, I gave myself just under 2 weeks to get a book written, and just for kind of size inside and wording size, a normal novel, you're looking upward of 40,000 words. So in my mind, if I could hit 40,000 words, that's the length of an average novel. And that is no mean feat. So I can see the end. It's going to take me the weekend, but we will have it submitted by Monday, which is super exciting. We're going to be proofreading through Monday. But also this week, we've had all of the one-to-ones for the Rockstar Level Up. Those of you that remember about 2 months ago, me and the fabulous brand expert, Nikki James, launched a mastermind where we take people who are ready to turn up the volume on their brands. We get our sleeves rolled up and we help them really create rock star brands, which is super exciting. They're one-to-ones this week. There's been light bulbs going off. There've been tears, all sorts of fabulous stuff. And the good tears, breakthrough tears. I don't know if any of you get that when you have like realizations, or when if you've been working with a coach, or you've realized something yourself and all of a sudden it hits you, all of the stuff that you're capable of. It's just been a week of that. It's been really high intensity, as well as writing the bloody book. So started the week on a bit of a low, and I cancelled the show because I was feeling really ill. And I feel like I'm finishing the week on a massive, massive high, having achieved loads. So interesting what little sleep can do. So the show yesterday, I came to having had 0 sleep. So I didn't then get any sleep until like 7 o'clock in the evening last night. And then I had an hour, got up, I had to go to Asda's, and then I slept through the night, woke up fresh as a daisy. I am definitely appreciative of the sleep this morning. I've been doing in the night coaching for my clients over in Bali. It's just been a mental week. So what has been good for you? Chris Dawes, good morning, Chris Dawes, from the Incredible Scruffy Monkey web design. New wheels, new clients, office ready for full return. Is anybody else excited about the kids going back? I can't explain to you how excited I am for them as well. So win for the gorgeous Debbie Marks. Hi, lovely. I just launched my Instagram story challenge, Dull to DM. So excited about it. Amazing. Give us a shout about it. If you want to pop a link in the comments, put a link in the comments so you guys can go and get amongst it. If you want to go get amongst a social media challenge, Debbie Marks is your girl this week. A win for Tracy Tillman and Brinley Woods is catching up on the laundry. You are a better woman than I. So what else is so excited for schools? So excited for schools. This one starts school, don't you?
Yeah.
Next week.
And to see Debbie again.
And she gets to see Debbie. So Debbie was a childminder. And we've arranged a little visit, haven't we? Because we got kind of cut short. She didn't get a chance to say bye. So you're going to go and get in bed with Dad?
No.
You can't stand there for my show.
No.
Go on. Go away. Let's have a look. Joanne Smith from Creative Sass. Thank you for my Recession Rebels t-shirt. I wore it for 2 days straight because I didn't move from this chair for 2 days straight. It's been a big week in Sassville. Worked on 2 new brands and businesses. We'll be hitting the entrepreneurial world. Amazing. Lots of new inquiries. Website copy finally started to come together. Isn't website copy a ball ache? But it's so important. I know our Scruffy Monkey Chris Dawes will reiterate that. Website copy is so important. So congratulations on getting that coming together. It is a pain in the dick, but so worth it. And you've got a new Pink Sassy Brolly. That is definitely something to shake your bum about. My win for the week: new branding, new products, new clients. Well, that sounds like an absolute killer of a week. And Tracy, I've been taking part in a going live challenge on our business page with Kat, Jane, Massey. Huge shout out to all of you that have been taking part in that. Going live is going to be one of the topics that we talk about today. We've got a fabulous guest on this morning. I love it, absolutely love it when new people come to the show, when people who I don't know, maybe haven't had a conversation, come to the show, because it's like it's beautiful having my friends on. It's beautiful having people that I know, but you know me, I love to get to know new people. So we are doing this morning. Before we do, we need to know what's happening with the weather. Guys, I could put a sunny bee for Preston. Check that out, look. Because the sunshine out. Don't tell anyone. If we say it too loud, it might go away, it might scare it off. What's the weather doing where you are? Very British about this whole thing. Where are you watching in the UK or indeed globally? If you are watching globally, we want to present to you underneath the compass. So Wagwan, tell us what is happening out in the weather. Pop your head outside the window and let us know. Katie Webster, hello. Huge week, course of collaborations pinned down. Yes. Sharing the wins of friends as well. Epic week. It has been an epic week. We were sharing a win yesterday for the fabulous Sarah Stone, who became the newest Amazon bestseller with her book yesterday. It was absolutely phenomenal. Do go and check that out. It was brilliant. Copywriters rock. I love them. Such an important job, and they're usually mad as a box of frogs. Yes. The cool thing is I do the majority of my copy, and I can vouch for the fact that people that do copy are mad as a box of frogs. It's a bit shit in Norfolk. It's a bit shit for Diane Ivory in Norfolk. Let's have a look. Let's get an It's a Bit Shit Bay for you. There we go. Norfolk repping. Where else are you? It's sunny, sandy. It is sunny with a nice wee breeze. Let's get a scorchio happening up for Spain. There we go. Spain repping in the house. It's raining in Polton again. Oh, just around the corner. Let me do that. It's a little filed rainy bee. It's a bit further north than I would maybe like. But all right. Enough. Oh, sunny in Cheshire, London is great. Hang on a minute. Let me sort everybody out. Let's get you represented here. So we're below the Watford Gap. I'm heading down to London. I'll try and bring the sunshine with me. It's a bit shit in Cheshire. Sunny in Cheshire. Make your mind up, Cheshire. What are we doing? I'm going to rep you there with my little sunny bee. And then there's an It's a Bit Shit bee just like hovering over. What do you want?
I'm going to get an apple.
No, you can get a chocolate pancake from the kitchen side.
Thank you.
Right, you guys, enough. And gone. Oh, I need to put the order in for the weather sooner, don't I? I need to make sure that you guys get your weather in sooner so that we can get this incredible guest onto our live this morning. We are joined by the glorious and the fabulous She Speaks Businesses, Victoria Walters. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Looking all fresh.
I don't know how. I barely slept last night. I was so excited to come on here. I'm literally at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, that's it. I'm getting up. I'm doing it.
I rolled out of bed at like 7:30. I'm like, this. Oh, I'm going up again. I think when you've done.
I'm excited to see you.
I think the thing is, I think this is like show 110 or 115. It's a lot of shows. It's a lot of getting up in the morning. And it's lovely when we have lovely people with lovely energy on the show, which is like you. So I am made up that we have you on the show this morning. So tell us, Victoria. Is it Victoria? Is it Vicky? What would you prefer?
To be honest, I go by most things. Any word, and I'll generally respond.
Or you, sweetheart, love. Like I get far worse than that.
Pig, Penelope Pitstop, ankle biter, anything swan.
Okay.
Pretty much anything.
So right, is Vicky okay with you?
Yeah, we'll go with Vicky.
Perfect. All right. So Vicky, tell us, you've come on the show. What is it that you do?
So I am a qualified trainer. I was a former training and development manager, and I basically help female entrepreneurs with all things public speaking. I've got a huge focus on Facebook Lives, and it's all about helping them kind of find their voice, up-level their business, and reach their ultimate goals in a nutshell.
Perfect. So really, really similar. And one of the things that I love is having people that are within my industry on the show. So lots of people out there will be like, oh God, like what if people are in the same field as me? How do I navigate in a world where there's competition? And the idea is that you are validated by other people in your field. It means that there is a market, and it means that there is a need and a niche for people like us. So I am always thrilled to have anybody in the speaking world on the show, because the more that people speak, the better that people do. Do you agree?
100%. Yes. You have to get your face out there. And the thing is as well with speaking, right, is that every time you do it, and you will totally notice, and I'm sure you tell this to everybody that you work with, is it just builds confidence. It's that first thing. But as soon as you do it, like the thought of doing it is so much worse than actually doing it itself. Right. And then as soon as you get past that, you're like, actually, that was okay. Like I can do this.
Yeah.
Snowballing from there.
Absolutely. I think the fear as well. I mean, let's talk. We'll talk about live streaming, because live streaming, especially during COVID and sort of afterwards, to galvanize ourselves and make sure that we are moving and shaking in the online space just as in the offline space. Pressing that go live button is daunting for so many people, isn't it?
Really is, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
So I reckon, or it is said that it's glossophobia, the fear of public speaking, goes back to when we were cavemen.
Yeah.
So it's when being part of a social group used to be like critical to our survival. So if you were outside the group, you were more at risk because your access to things like shelter and food was sort of reduced, your access to it, and then there was a greater chance of you being attacked by sort of predators and things. So it was really crucial that we all sort of knitted together as a group. And if you were ridiculed or whatever, you were outside the group, then you're at risk. But we sort of seem to have come on to this, so we were so worried about putting ourselves out there, which is funny because we all have like a conversation. We can go into a room, maybe chat to a few people, and it's not too bad, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as you have to do it through that lens, all of a sudden the panic sets in because we just don't want that rejection. But the reality is you're probably not going to get that rejection. People don't give you their time to try and reject you. They give you their time because it's worth the time.
And the people that are there, nobody wants you to do shit. You do with the best intention in the world. Yes, it would be wrong to say that there aren't people out there who don't go around going, you're like being trolls. That said, particularly when you first start, when you are the most scared, those trolls aren't there because they don't know that you're there. So people like me, for example, I will get the odd troll, but I have that many people rooting for me, and I've been doing it for like 7-8 years now, that I can see that who the trolls are, and I just block them and carry on because they're not really getting at me. They're bored. They're sat there they're trying to get their kicks. But when you first start, they're people that are surrounding you, the people that are in your immediate world at that time, people are rooting for you.
Yeah.
For the most part. No one wants you to do shit.
No. I'm hoping nobody's coming on here being like, God, she's crap.
Stop it.
No, you know, but people come on this morning and look how much energy and stuff that you put out there and how many people want to like interact with you. They want to talk to you. I mean, I just came on your show because I wanted to have a chat and hopefully be your friend.
Yeah.
That's basically it. But because you put yourself out there and people who will be your people, they'll gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
And of course they want to see what you have to say. And then they're giving you their time. The thing about trolls, sorry, I'm just going back to that point, is
do it.
often they pick someone who looks really strong and really with it. They don't pick on the weak. And the reason they pick on the strong is because if you put somebody who's so much, who you perceive as like quite a good level down, they're trying to sort of elevate themselves up to that level and make themselves feel better. And that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like because you're seen to be doing well,
mm-hmm.
they can't handle it. They're quite jealous of it, or they want to be like above you. And that's how they try and gain that position.
But the problem is when they do that to people. I mean, like if say in this example, we are as a community that strong that they can't anyway. The work's already been done in terms of positioning. So even when you do, you know, have content that goes out, that goes out to hundreds or thousands of people, the community are asked anyway for the trolls. So I don't even have to worry because I know you guys, if you all got my back anyway, no matter. I could just carry on. I don't even have to concentrate. Or if I do, I had one time, I was getting ready. So the way I started to go live in the first instance was I'm a singer. So before IATQB kind of kicked off, I would go around the UK particularly, and the dressing room situation is not as glamorous as what people would have everybody else think. So social clubs, pubs, people's houses or whatever, you don't get often dressing rooms. So I decided instead of playing dressing room roulette, I'd just get ready in my car. So I'd just put my makeup on in the car and talk to people. I was working in a social club one night and they gave me the disabled toilets, which was very kind of them. So I sat in the disabled toilets and I'm putting my face on, I'm going live. And there was a place on the internet. There's really dark corners of the internet where they have like things like couch auctions. And a couch auction, this happens a lot for people that are in MLM. So people that are in multi-level marketing will often go live and they'll like unbox something, or they will like put the makeup on, or if they do pearls, then they'll like be opening up pearls, or they'll be doing this sort of stuff. And people scout for people that are doing this particular thing. So normally multi-level marketers get targeted for this. They then share the live into the couch auction where these people go, I'm here for the couch. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But there's like 4 or 5 or 6 of them. I'm here for the couch. I'll give you £500 for the couch. And I'm like putting my face on and they're asking me like, and they're not being unkind, but they're being odd and weird and strange in order to throw you. But that turned into one of my best lives because I couldn't wait to go. You had this with the fridge. Jaydan had this with the fridge auction. I'm here for the fridge. And then they tell you to do really weird things like put a shoe on your head. And I'm like, I am concerned and interested as to what I ended up making friends with some of these people because I'm like, I am so interested in what are you doing? Why are you doing this with your life? Like, can you tell me like more about this? Because I am absolutely confused. It turned out being hilarious, but not many people are strong enough to deal with that. What would you suggest if, say, for example, that curveball happened? What would you say to do? And we have to mute because I've got Ivy shouting over here and I've got Wallace snoring here.
You can't hear the snoring, to be fair.
Can you hear Ivy going, Mom, Mom? I don't know what's happening. I can't. Hang on, wait there.
Why not? Don't worry about it. So it kind of depends. I'm really sorry because I'm gonna have to ask you. It kind of depends what kind of curveball you mean. Because I mean, not many people come on live and ask you to put a shoe on your head.
Like that. So say I don't know. You can have all sorts of curveballs. So Ivy comes in to me in the morning, and I think that people are frightened of pressing go live because, especially now, I mean, we're in the aftershocks of going live, but your family is around you for the most part. If you have a family in the house, it's not everybody has a space. So for the majority of lockdown for the beginning of lockdown and for the past 7 years, I've been in my living room or I've been in my car and there's been stuff going on. what about those that are out there that are like seeking that kind of perfection or silence or what have you?
Okay, it is good to have a quiet space where you sort of just by yourself because you feel like you've got better control over it. But the point of going live is that it's not perfect. It can never be perfect. And to be honest, my version of perfect is probably very different from your version of perfect because it's such a subjective thing anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I know I've talked to my group actually about this. Do you remember that video of the guy on the BBC and his kids came wandering in?
That is my life.
I love that video. I absolutely love that video. But I loved it because you saw the cheekiness of this girl. I mean, the dad maybe could have dealt with it a better way. It was funny because sort of the way he dealt with it.
He just panicked, didn't he? And like dudes are less like sort of adept to child juggling because they're very focused, aren't they? They're not as a general rule of thumb, guys, and I get that, you know, some fellas out there are like, they're cool with this. But as a general rule of thumb, when they're doing something. It's very hard to be distracted. So he was trying to do the thing on the telly and the kid comes flying in on the walk.
And his wife was worried that the BBC would never have him back. But actually, he's become a bit of a star because of it. Sorry, that's a bit of a lame example. But the point is, people connect with live because they come across as so much more authentic and trustworthy in real life. They're so much more relatable. If I came on here and did a polished video, I wouldn't come across as me at all, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Which meant I wouldn't really be speaking to my people. I wouldn't really be speaking their language and I wouldn't be serving them. Stuff goes wrong like all the time.
Yeah.
And that part of like people seeing how you deal with that can also be like them getting to know, like, and trust you because they see that you're a real human. They can see that maybe you've dealt with something in like a kind way. Like my husband just walked in the other day as I was going on about something to do with like interruptions, and they're like, "Did you time that?" I was like, "No, I definitely didn't." What do you want from me?
Get out.
I'm never worried about that kind of thing because people actually tend to love it rather than anything else.
Yeah.
It's just part of them getting to like know you. Curveballs will happen. Things will go wrong. And as long as you can smile about it, move on, carry on with your message, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
The only time that I would really recommend something drastic happens or your sound quality pulls out. If your sound quality's gone, forget about it. You've got nothing.
Sound quality is super important. They won't. And it's we talk often to video content trainer Tom Stanhope about this from he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. But people will compromise a little on picture, but they won't compromise on sound because they'll put their phone down. They might not necessarily watch, but they'll be listening. You can eat that. Is that for you or for me?
Me.
I thought she brought me some broken pancakes then, but she's not. It's for her. Are you going underneath?
Yeah.
Go on then. It's funny that we should talk about this as she is the most awake at this time. There we go. But people won't compromise us, so they won't kind of like strain to listen. They'll just knock off, won't they? They won't be asked.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your journey to doing what you do now. So you as a trainer, so our backgrounds are similar then. So I worked in corporate for a long time in the learning development facility. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, no, because it started like such a long time ago. I'm always a bit like, where does my story actually begin? But I've been teaching people, but I used to teach maths, right?
Right.
So I used to teach maths when I was even at school. I used to teach them to other kids. I used to teach them kids. And then as soon as I like finished my A-levels, I started teaching like young adults and helping them pass exams. It was going really well. I went to London. I did the corporate thing. Now, the first job that I went for was horrific. Like, so the chairman, he used to get, you know, them little like cardboard tubes you get for toilet roll?
Yeah.
He used to like throw them around in a staff meeting because our loos were disgusting. It turned out that people from the other floors would come and use them. But he like humiliated me in front of the entire office. And this is like for me, one of the turning points.
Yeah.
So he literally came out and I was a junior at the time.
Right.
And he came out and he tore into a piece of work that me and like the head of legal, the head of business development had done together. So I sort of pulled it all together, but they did the main bulk of the work. He completely tore into me. And afterwards, people were like, I don't know how you either didn't burst out crying or just leave.
Oh my God.
But I swallowed it, carried on going.
I'd have kicked him in the nuts.
He taught me a little bit about resilience.
Right.
And then I found out some other stuff that had been said about me and things like that. And I left and I was like, you know what? Nobody's ever going to treat me like that again, because I was
Right.
just made to feel so small
Mhm.
and so much like my voice didn't matter.
Mhm.
And it was rubbish. Like, I'd done as much as I could. Like, I did our promo videos and things like that for like my team. I'd done a bunch of presentations. That's where I first started doing like my presentation workshops. And yeah, I'd also interviewed to go to like a posh university.
Uh-huh.
And I was so bad. I told them all the reasons why I was the wrong choice.
Oh,
Like,
good.
yeah, this is how I used to start out.
You don't want me.
My confidence was so poor, and that was again when I went to another presentation workshop, and it's just sort of like things started to like click into place. So fast forward, my last job, so I started doing the training and development. I did all the training for like our compliance team. So I write from like the sort of admin people, so the sort of smallest in the bottom of the food chain. Sorry. Right up to like the chairman, the directors, and the board of directors. Yeah. And so like I would do the videos for that. I would do the presentations for that. I would coordinate all their different things. I'd do the gap analysis and all that jazz. And I sort of took it from there, really. Once they booted me out because I needed an operation, and with Jez, I was like, you know what, actually, I've always wanted to branch out on my own anyway. I really don't want anybody to feel as rubbish as I've been made to feel, in part by myself, actually. Like, my confidence when I was younger was so low, and I assumed that so many people had these opinions about me that just weren't true. No. And then I think going through those lessons and actually being like, you know what, I am okay. I've tried really hard, and what I have to say is valid. It is worth somebody's time, and I could have made such a better contribution if I felt like I could voice myself more.
Right.
And that's kind of the turning point for me. That's when I was like, actually, you know what, I'm going to help other women do this.
Right, because that is often the blocker, isn't it? But people go, I couldn't speak, or I couldn't press go live, and we've got as speaking coaches, as people that work with people to help them speak. Actually, there is a whole foundational piece of work. We've got to understand why that is in the first instance, so that we can work through that. Because the content is the content. Like, that's great, right? And absolutely. So we could teach how to create an incredible workshop. We could teach how to construct a TED Talk, and we could teach all of these fabulous things. But actually, the work, or for me, I don't know about you, the work for me is when the light bulbs go off, when they come to me and they go, I couldn't possibly. And they think that they need to know how, and actually they need to know why they should get fired up about actually doing it. Who are they not to be sharing their story? Who are they not to be, sharing this incredible stuff that they know? And that confidence bit is the whole foundational bit on which you build all of your speaking.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, how do you do that? How do you work with people in that way? I mean, lives particularly, again, it's like a big red button of fear.
It is, isn't it? There are a few things that I say to people. So the first one is it's actually not about you. You are just like the method, or the
vehicle.
The vehicle, that's exactly it. You're the vehicle for delivering this message.
Yeah.
That is all. So it's not about you as a person. It's not like we're going to interrogate everything that Victoria's ever done in her entire life. It's not about ripping me apart. It's just about listening to something that I'm passionate about and I'm trying to get other people passionate about.
Yeah.
The second thing is that there's just a lens in the way between you and the other people. So generally, if you know your audience, you've picked your audience because they're probably a previous version of you, but generally they're people that you like.
Past you, definitely.
Yeah. If you sat around in a room with them, you'd probably have a lovely time. But it's just because it's through that little camera that it seems to make all the difference. So what I say to people is try and picture your audience. If you know a few people who are in your audience, mentally picture them.
Yeah.
I noticed, I listened to Tom Stanhope, and he said about putting the googly eyes on the camera.
Googly eyes, yeah.
What a great idea.
Love the googly eyes.
Making it a more human connection for yourself, because you're not actually going into this void of just showing yourself to like the world. You're actually showing yourself to your audience who you've picked and that you like, and you've got that sort of trust relationship with them because you picked them and they've picked you.
Yeah. And if you're on social media, you're already connected with those people.
Yeah, 100%. Like they're not wasting their time. Like most, as you say, like pretty much everybody there, they're investing their time in you. And we are so time poor. Like you can always make more money, you can never make more time. If they're giving you that time, wowza.
Yeah, and they're digging, and that means they're digging on you. So keep going. You know, if they're sat there giving you their time, they're not digging on you.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say the third thing I say to people is that because of your character and your story and your knowledge and just who you are, you will give a different take on your topic than somebody else. So there are so many people out there doing what we do, doing what anybody else here does. You know, no idea is truly unique is what we always say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way that we talk about it can be unique.
Yeah. There's no new news.
Yeah. And you can teach things to people who are like further up the chain than you as well as further down the chain than you,
Absolutely.
just of your point of view.
Yeah.
And the way that you come across, and you will inspire different people as well. Like some people will be completely turned off by me, and that's fine. And other people are like, actually, you've lit the fire in my belly, and now I feel like I can go and do this. And that's just because I've said it in a way that resonates with them.
Yeah, that was really, I don't know, was it like this for you? That was really difficult. I had an innate need to be liked growing up, and that came from me being a child. So we had a very busy household. I was the youngest, so and naturally lent towards being an extrovert. So the way that I would try to be significant is by turning up the volume on myself. So trying to be liked, trying to draw people to me, because I wasn't comfortable in solitude, so I needed to draw people to me, so I had to kind of turn it all up. So when I started to do work within either the performance space or sort of here or on stage, or, you know, trying to take up space in the world, the realization that not everybody was going to like me was mortifying. What do you mean? I'm kind, I'm nice, I'm lovely. Like, what do you mean people aren't going to like me?
See, I used to have a similar thing to that, 100%. I actually just assumed that people didn't like me. I was so desperate to be like, I'm one of 6.
Right.
And I used to be the quietest, which I know, like, now people are like, what? You're the quiet one? Like, yeah, I was the quiet one.
We have to learn not to be.
But it was actually people telling me that it was really that like first job where I was told, I don't want to hear what you have to say. I'm like, no, you.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Because actually things that were said about me just weren't true.
Right.
And if I could have got my voice out there, I probably could have projected that better.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought, you know what, nobody should be able to treat somebody else like that.
Right.
And if you don't like me, that's fine, because I then began to like me.
Yes.
And that's not always easy. Sometimes I really don't like me, and then I try and step outside. I'm like, well, my husband likes me, and we get on quite well. What does he like about me?
Yeah. And it's trying to remind yourself of those things as well. And the journey to things like confidence. Confidence is an extroversion. I've just been writing about this in my book. That people mistake extroversion for confidence.
Yeah.
Where actually confidence has nothing to do with your personality type. It has nothing to do whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. It has everything to do with the quiet acceptance with who you are. Understanding who you are, being okay with it, knowing that you're going to attract people because of it, and knowing that you're going to repel people because of it. The more people you repel, the more of your ideal person is going to, if you're turning up the volume on who you are, the more of people who are like that, who are positively charged towards that, are going to come to you. And it's only going to be natural that there are going to be people that go, do you know what, that's not for me. It might be the fact that, you know, I swear, or it might be the fact that I'm covered in tattoos. It might be the fact that I'm a bit gobby. It might be the fact that I'm too nice. But all of those things are going to turn those people off, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But that confidence comes from accepting it.
Like you, it just means that you're not their cup of tea.
Right.
And if you think about it, like in life, all right, we want to like everybody. If you're like me, you want to like everybody, you see the best in everybody, and they're marvelous and all this sort of jazz. They never do any wrong.
Yeah.
But then you connect with some people more than you'll connect with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the people that you'll connect with that you'll end up working with, and everybody else, that's fine. They'll go and find somebody else they connect with.
You can't service 7.5 billion people no matter how much you try.
No, why would you want to?
I would feel like I don't have enough time as it is.
You don't want to work with them all. There are people who are just going to be a bit like, you're not quite
what it is that I need.
They're not quite getting it. It's not quite working.
But that's why there is such strength in knowing other people in your field. And I'm talking to all of you guys out there. I make it my business to know really strong speaker trainers, because I will get people that come to me and they might not need what it is that I'm giving them. But then I'm like, you need to go and see my girl Victoria, because she's going to smash this for you. You need to go and see. So if you are, so Dita Von Teese says you might be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, but not everybody likes peaches. Well, that's all right, because I know a pineapple and I know a mango and I know an apple, and you want to go and see my other friends in the fruit bowl who are going to be able to look after you in that way. And there is that strength in numbers. And when you take that fear away from competition, suddenly everyone we all do well, because there's 7.5 people in the world, 7.5 billion people, you know.
Yeah, we're spending time doing the positives, right? We're spending time working with the people that we want to work with.
I love it.
Other people, rather than being like, I haven't got X, Y, and Z, I wish I had, spending time wondering about that. And tearing down other people. Like, how's that a good use of your time?
Exactly. There are better ways to do things, and I love, we as a community lead from the front on that. I love it. I really dig on it. So you help people speak, you help women, particularly women entrepreneurs, do things like go live and get speaking online. How do you go about that? Like, how do we get involved in you and your world with regards to that?
Oh, I love that as a question. It's I feel like I'm about to pitch myself. To be honest, at the moment, I'm just doing it in my free Facebook group. So if anybody else wants to come and join. And I do training in there every Thursday. And I help anybody that wants to like DM me and stuff from that. I'm not currently taking anyone on because I'm moving in November.
You are moving? You're not moving anywhere.
I'm moving in January.
You're moving in January, and you're going to be moving underneath the compass, aren't you? You're not going to be in the UK. Tell us where you're going. I'm going to live vicariously through you forever. The Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
You jammy sod.
I think so. I think the summer's quite hot over there, and I do quite like seasons.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is it sunny like all the time there?
Yeah, I mean you get hurricanes. They get
hurricanes.
Louisa? No. The hurricane that's just been.
Yeah.
Near them, but not quite.
Right.
Thank God.
So what's brought a move to the Cayman Islands? That's not just a hop, skip, and a jump, is it? No,
it's a bit of a long story, but to cut it shorter than short, my husband's got a job over there. There you go.
All right, cool.
That
wasn't a long story.
It started a long time ago because we used to work in London.
Right.
But yeah, I became poorly. My husband's work were not very nice about it. We moved to Jersey to get a better work-life balance. He's always wanted to live abroad. The money over there is much better. Hopefully we'll be able to then save up a deposit for a house.
Amazing.
We're going to go and move to Cayman, and it means hopefully that he will earn enough money that I would just spend my entire time helping lovely female entrepreneurs.
I love it. So the beautiful thing about doing what you're doing is that you can do that globally. You can do that, fill that out in the online space and help people in the online space. I think it's one of the most exciting things about doing what we do, and also like sort of hanging out in this space, is that you can go to the Cayman Islands, or you can go to, as long as it's got an internet connection, then you're laughing.
Yeah.
What's the time difference in the Cayman Islands?
That is a good question.
I might ask Google if we don't know, because I need to know. Like, you guys, no, you guys.
8 hours, 7-8 hours, but I don't actually know. I've been there. I really should know.
You don't. You should. You don't have to know anything. Don't matter. You're just going to live there in the nice sunshine. Somebody Google it for us and tell us. Like, I want to know what the time difference is. So you're going to be. I didn't get a notification. I'm a bit late. Oh, Leslie, where have you been? We've been having a whale of a time this morning. So. I've forgotten what I was going to say then, because Leslie's bloody late. Come on, Leslie.
Time.
Yeah. So you're moving over there in January. What are your plans for your group between now and January, and what are your plans for afterwards? Like, are you going to be launching anything? Are you going to be working one-to-one? Like, how is it that you want to be doing things and growing?
To be honest, between now and when I leave, it's mainly kind of serving my audience as they are. So I do like tips on Tuesdays, training every Thursday, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I want to grow it. So I'm speaking in quite a few other people's groups. I'm speaking to lovely you today.
Love it.
Here, thank you. And yeah, just trying to kind of help as many people as wide a range as I can, being still with my audience. But after that, the plan is to launch I want to say like a semi-passive course that would be training with me all the time with our workbooks and things. We're just going to be doing it online. And then I will also, after that's been launched, I will then be launching the one-to-one.
Fantastic. Well, Super, super exciting things coming up for you. What so because we don't know each other, there's like loads. We're friends now, and like there's loads of things that I want to know about you. On a Friday, sometimes I ask, so we say shake your bum, it's Friday, because we've survived another week. If there is a song that you shake your bum to, what would that song be?
God, I shake my bum to so many songs.
Say,
I used to have like a Friday funk, and I was like, well, this is clearly bombing, so I got rid of that. So I just like chuck on like a cheesy tune every Friday. Like, yeah,
love it.
See, I would say "Don't Stop Me Now" is one of my absolute favourite tunes by Queen.
Yes, I love singing that one. That is one that is guaranteed, no matter where I'm working. If I start singing that song, the dance floor is absolutely full, and has never not been. It's always been the case. So that is a good choice. You guys watching at home, I want to know, what is your Friday feeling song? Pop it in the comments. The other thing that I ask Victoria is, at the beginning of the week, I ask everybody, if they were to do something and they were to get to the end of the week and they've done the thing and that would make the week a winner, what would that be? So I'm going to ask you on the other end of that, what have your wins been this week? You've got to the end of this week and you're like, do you know what? I'm happy that those things happened. I feel like this week has been a better week because those things happened. What's been good for you that's happened this week?
Oh, I don't feel like I'm going to have a great answer to this. I've just been ploughing along. So this week I've been planning my content for the next month.
Yeah.
So that will make things so much easier for me. I've been planning the training that I've been doing. So I'm really chuffed with that. My nieces were here last week and basically terrorized my entire house. So I've been trying to clean up from that.
At least your nieces get to leave. My kids don't go anywhere.
I'm like, how did you break the window? Like, we were looking at these face masks, which I think they may have thrown away.
Oh no!
Underneath the sofa, like we turned the cushions up and been like, "Have you been eating spaghetti in here?" Tell us.
The most obscure things happen. Oh, we've got a sad. This is the sad one. I'm gonna hug it while we talk.
Oh, which is all right.
It's all right. You can't see it because it says the Queen Bee, Dani. I'm just gonna hold her like that, a head like a rugby ball.
Sometimes you just need those days, don't you? Where someone's just gonna love you and tell you it's okay.
She's just fuming. There's not enough chocolate pancakes that have happened for her just yet.
I still do.
It's all right. Don't worry. I'll talk to you in just 1 second because we're going to wrap up in a minute. So you had your nieces over. They terrorized the house. You got the house straight again. Have you got your house back?
A beach worth of sand. What else have I done? I've been making face masks.
Nice.
Today. I've been packing. I've been trying to find an outfit that actually still fits my now slightly rounder body.
Sort of softer off of the back of lockdown.
It's soft anyway. But I feel like, when you get those, I'm going to totally regret saying this, aren't I? When you get those like chains of balls and like you hit one and then the other one goes.
Yes.
That's me. If you tap one side at the moment, the other side then eventually.
That happens as I walk down the street. That's like my ass walking down the street.
I love it.
Right. So I am going to go because this one is being a pain in the bum. And also I'm going to be getting in the car, going down to London. So we're going to wrap things up. Thank you for coming on to the show this morning. It has been
a fabulous time.
It has been lovely making a new friend live in front of everybody. Victoria Walters, everybody, go and check her out. What's the name of your group?
She Speaks Business.
She Speaks Business. Go in there. Go and get amongst fabulous content that Victoria is going to be putting out. No doubt we will have you back on the show when you are launching in the not too distant future.
I would love to come back.
Good luck with everything that you've got going on. Good luck with the move. I will speak to you before then because we're friends now. That's it. We stay in touch. Victoria Walters, everybody from She Speaks Business. What an absolute belter. Right. What's up with you? Tell them. No, she doesn't want to. She wants the telly on. That's what she wants. Thank you for joining us this week. We have got coming up next week, let me tell you, we've got the glorious Karen Dawkins on Monday. We've got Caroline Joynson on Tuesday talking all things PR. We've got the absolutely beautiful Amanda Hutchison joining us on Wednesday. I cannot wait. Paul Newton's going to be sharing with us magic and cybercrime on Thursday. And then on Friday, we're going to be rounding out next week with the gorgeous Pinterest extraordinaire, Pinterest queen, Ali Davis. Loads of interesting topics next week. Loads of different stuff to be talking about. Please do make sure you join us. Set yourselves a reminder. 8 a.m. Monday to Friday here on the Show Up Rise Up Show. I'm going to go and see to this little idiot now. Say bye, everyone. I love you guys. Shaky Bums. It's Friday.